So, today we're doing a deep dive into something I think a lot of us have seen, those slick ads for consumer electronics that look almost too good to be true.
Exactly.
Specifically, we're cutting through the marketing hype around the Osmo Dashcam Pro.
Right. The one they're calling super premium. It promises, 4K recording, dual cameras, night vision, GPS,
All the bells and
the
whistles.
whole package. And our job today is to figure out if it's a genuinely good, cost-effective alternative or if the reality is a lot messier.
Okay, let's just get right into it then,
Yeah.
because as soon as we started digging into the sources, some warning signs popped up.
And they had nothing to do with the camera itself initially.
No, not at all. It was all about the company, the structure of it.
What's really fascinating here is you see these different Osmo branded sites like osmo.no or Osmo Official, and they pop up on places like Scam Advisor with middle to low trust scores.
And for anyone who doesn't know, that's basically a professional saying, be careful here.
It's a huge warning label.
And here's the part that gets really interesting. The sources point out that these domains, they're all brand new.
And the ownership details are hidden
Slightly.
completely,
So there's zero transparency. You have no idea who is actually running this brand.
which is, that's just a classic playbook, right? You use heavy, glossy advertising to mask a support structure that's basically not there.
And that lack of accountability, that's exactly what users are finding out the hard way.
Yeah, you see it all over the real-world feedback on platforms like Trustpilot and Reddit. People get the product and they're just disappointed.
What are they saying specifically?
They're saying it feels cheap,
Mm-hmm.
that it freezes up all the time, and that the recording quality simply doesn't match what was promised in the ads.
So if the product itself is kind of a letdown, I'm guessing the customer support is where the real nightmare begins. What are the patterns there?
Oh, it's pervasive. It's the number one complaint. Users are reporting that customer support just doesn't reply.
Mm.
Or if they do, refunds get delayed or flat out denied. And there's this really unusual thing where some users are being charged extra after the first purchase,
Mm.
which is not something a reputable company ever does.
So on Reddit, are people saying the same thing?
On Reddit, the experts are really skeptical. They're basically arguing that this looks like a generic dash cam. Same body, same specs, just repackaged under a bunch of different names with a huge ad budget behind it.
Okay, but I have to push back a little here. The source material does note that 52% of the reviews they found are 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
So if over half the feedback is good, are we maybe overstating the risk here?
Well, that's the really clever part of this whole strategy. When you dig into those 5-star reviews, our synthesis suggests they're almost all focused on things like fast delivery or how it looks right out of the box.
Nice.
The real problems, the freezing, the quality issues, the denied refunds, all of that tends to happen well after that 30-day return window has closed.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, if you're thinking of buying one?
Look, if you place an order, you'll probably get a dash cam. It's not an empty box scam.
Right?
But the big picture conclusion is pretty clear. The quality probably won't live up to the hype, and if you need any kind of support later on, it's going to be a real headache.
Which is why the sources created a whole category for this kind of thing. High hype, low support electronics.
And really, this deep dive wasn't just about a single dash cam. It's about learning to spot this pattern in consumer electronics where all the money goes into ads and almost none of it goes into, the actual operations.
So here's the final thought. If 52% of reviews are positive, but basic things like who owns the company are a total secret, how much weight should you really give the advertised specs? Especially versus a company's commitment to help you after they have your money. What does that pattern ultimately cost you in time and just sheer frustration? Something to think about.